Hey, how's it going, everyone? I'm KPG, and welcome back to our Triangle Strategy Let's Play. In the last episode, we went ahead and saw a lot of story stuff. We saw pretty much how everyone, or how a lot of people were reacting to the Aesfrost takeover of Glenbrook, and we saw the king of Glenbrook be beheaded. Well, technically we didn't see it. We saw that he was going to be beheaded, but yeah, he was beheaded by Gustadolf, who claimed that Regna was trying to claim all of the profits of the Grand Norzelian mines for himself by having Dragan assassinated, which of course we know is not the case. And then he, however, is keeping Cordelia alive, Prince Roland's sister. He's keeping her alive because he intends to have her become the next ruler of Glenbrook for whatever reason. I don't know. Perhaps he's planning to have her be like a puppet ruler of some sort. But in any case, that's how it is. We saw Lord Telior's reaction, and he's pretty much, I think he's considering just submitting to Aesfrost because he's concerned about his own safety. The Lord Falks seems like he might want to just try to, oppose Aesfrost, as long as he possibly can. And then, of course, us ourselves in House Wolfort are currently protecting Prince Roland. However, we learned that the Aesfrosti army is heading towards us, led by General Evlora, the one who supposedly killed Sir Maxwell. So things are really not looking too good for us. Benedict has pretty much presented us with the option that we can either submit to Aesfrost by giving them Prince Roland, or we can attempt to continue to shelter Prince Roland, but that it is likely to come at a great cost to House Wolfort. So right now we're going to have to do a scales of conviction thing here to determine what we're going to do with Prince Roland. I personally am going to do everything I can to ensure that we keep him safe, because I do not want to hand him over whatsoever. I really like Prince Roland, and I want to keep him safe. But first, before that, we have a character story, because these always occur at the most opportune of times, when we don't have anything else going on important whatsoever, because, that's just how we do. So anyways, a serious-looking youth with a thoughtful demeanor comes to Serenoa and company with news from the Crown City. Okay. What is the news? Is it going to be that everyone's dead? Well, we already have that. We already have that news.
Thank you for agreeing to see me. My name is Julio.
Julio. These people love to pronounce J's as a Y's. I would have thought Julio, but whatever.
So, you're looking to pledge your service to us, eh? They tell me you're from the Crown City. Something happened to drive you our way?
I'm afraid so.
Just the fall of the Crown City. All of that stuff, maybe? Oh, okay. Well, they're going to actually tell us what's going on. Shortly before Aesfrost's attack on Whiteholm Castle.
Why have you brought me all the way to this place? Whatever it is you wish to speak about, I should hope it is important. I am a busy man.
It is indeed. It concerns the Grand Norzelian mining venture. Pardon me if I'm being presumptuous, but I came across a most curious thing when I was reviewing the particulars of the arrangement the other day. There were documents that I did not recall having seen before. Specifically, documents pertaining to the compensation of the workers contracted to transport the iron out of the mine.
Is that so?
Following the paper trail, I could not help but notice that a not insignificant amount of coin had made its way through paths most circuitous and befuddling into your hands.
Oh, shoot. Are Patriot's hands actually dirty? Interesting.
Something easily overlooked at a glance, but my eyes are sharper than most. No doubt you have a logical explanation for this?
I haven't need to explain it. Even if I were guilty of whatever it is you have the gall to accuse me of, there is not you can do about it. All that I have done with Prince Franny's full backing.
You would claim that His Highness is complicit in this?
The high and mighty are always scratching each other's backs. Everyone knows that. Everyone, it would seem, but you.
To think the Crown Prince would be party to such corruption. Has our kingdom truly sunk so low?
So I guess the royal family is not entirely without, you know, they're not entirely like the greatest people necessarily, or at least Prince Franny, but interesting.
It would fall on your head should word of this get out. Considering the nature of the crime, I shudder to think of the punishment. Luckily for you, I've every intention of keeping this matter between us, so long as you don't go running your mouth. Why, I'll even toss in some coin to sweeten the deal.
Oh, jeez.
A fair enough bargain, wouldn't you say?
Coin? I spit on your coin. I will not remain silent. I cannot. I will root out the rot of corruption that plagues our realm, no matter what it may cost me.
You stubborn, self-righteous fool! I'd hoped to settle this as reasonable adults, but it would seem that...
Sound the alarm! The kingdom is under attack! Aesfrost strikes!
Oh, dang, this is going down right as Aesfrost was coming.
What's this?
Needless to say, the circumstances make my return to the Crown City impossible. Pray allow me to be of service here.
Ah, now it's coming back to me. You were Sir Maxwell's second in command during the tourney, weren't you?
Oh, cool.
You didn't
He worked with
stand
Sir
out
Maxwell.
much, but you held your own well enough. Aye, I reckon we could find use for him yet.
Very well then. Be welcome among us. Eridor, see that our new friend gets settled in.
Thank you, my lord. You have my word that I will serve you well.
All right, Yulio joined our forces. Is he also a, I don't know, like an expert class? I think that's what it was. Yulio's aptitudes in battle. A master of tactics and TP. Grants TP to allies, lowers the TP of enemies. Cool. Yeah, I do want to take a peek at him. And I'm also curious about what level he is. So, let's check him out. Yulio, here you are, level 9. Alright, cool, so he's an advisor. Yeah, he's a veteran. Okay, so veteran is the second stage, and then I think it's expert after that. Okay, so all the people that we have gotten through the character stories or whatever have been veterans. And then, of course, all of our starting units are just recruits. Alright, but he's level 9, which is nice, because that means he fits in pretty nicely with the rest of our units. So we only have 3 units that are under level 9, which is really nice. And that also means we are very close to getting everyone to a point where they can promote. Well, except for the 3 that are already veterans. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess now is the time that we have to go ahead and do the Scales of Conviction part. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see if we can convince everyone to vote to spare Roland
I will
here.
give the signal when it is time to cast your vote. I ask each of you to weigh the matter carefully till then.
Very well, my lord. To our own councils we go.
Their hearts are divided. Still, a compelling argument may yet change some minds. Alas, I have an incomplete picture of the situation, and I would be a poor lord if I did not hear the voice of my people. I should venture into town. Going out, my lord? Yes, I wish to ensure everything in the town is in order. Okay, so we get to speak with the people first, and then with our friends? Understood, my lord. When your work is done, pray speak to me once more. I should return to the hall once I've spoken with the people. Perhaps I'll learn something that will sway some minds. Okay, so it's pretty evenly split. So half want to protect Roland, half want to surrender Roland, and then Anna is undecided. Just like last time, right? I'm pretty sure it was like 3-3, and then Anna was undecided. Like, why does Anna really... She just really doesn't care. She's just like, whatever, as long as I get to kill people with my daggers, I'll be fine. Well, this shouldn't be too hard, especially if we learn some valuable information to sway people. Obtained an HP ring. So last time we were able to convince pretty much everyone except Eridor, because he wanted to go to Hyzant, and refused to he wanted to go to Aesfrost, and refused to say that he would go to, or refused to vote for Hyzant, even though that's where I wanted to go, and where we ended up going. A terror like none other came over me when I saw the state in which you returned. You. I prayed we'd never know conflict again after the Salt Iron War, yet here we stand, peering into the abyss. Though it was Glenbrook and Aesfrost launching an attack on Hyzant all those years ago. The Holy State, reeling from the surprise assault, turned to Lord Simon for help. Back then, Wolfart was still an independent clan and agreed to an alliance. All Norzelia was poorer for the fighting. Its nations and people were left depleted. So I have heard. Father told me stories of the secret meetings with King Regna that restored peace to the realm. Indeed, it was they who brought Hyzant and Aesfrost to the table, and then the war to an end. It was your father's efforts that led the king to bring your house into the royal family's fold as the crown's military might. War is brewing, Lord Serenoa. Think carefully upon how you will navigate it. I find myself in the unfortunate position of having thought peace would be everlasting. Nope, I did not believe that for a second. I cannot allow the currents to carry me along. I must use them to my advantage and turn the tide of the battles to come. My father risked his life to bring honor to our house. I'll not be the one to tarnish his legacy. Turn the tide of battles. Let's do that. I want to turn the tide of battles. Exactly so. 'Twas Lord Simon's initiative that made him a hero. That same Wolfart blood courses through your veins. I know you'll live up to your family's good name. The people of the Wolfart domain are at your back. I shall take that to heart, thank you. You, soldier. Secret traps. Interesting. Do we really have secret traps? It's hard to say what this might mean for us. They might well be employed to give us an advantage in battle, but at what cost to our own? Oh, so we had a secret weapon. Interesting. I love how this guy had to teach us about it. Like, Lord Simon never bothered to tell Serenoa. Cat, do you have any useful information for me? You do not, unfortunately. This cat is not going to give us any information to help sway some minds here. 'Tis sad. Why is Aesfrost attacked? I thought all this conflict was behind us with the opening of the mines. And what of your marriage to Frederica? Was that merely a ruse? That was definitely not a ruse. Aesfrost's betrayal will not stand. They will answer for their atrocities. That's kind of how I feel. I share in your confusion, but Frederica knew nothing of this. Pray do not blame her for Aesfrost's actions. I do also want to say that. The kingdom has no true allies, no true enemies. We shall sue for peace and work to avoid further conflict. This one. Frederica did not know anything about it. Yes, of course, she is your betrothed. We too wish to believe she had no hand in this. And surely they will not come for our domain, where the Archduke's own sister now resides. Precisely, yes. You've nothing to fear. We shall defend our land to the end. It's a relief to hear that. My heart aches for the royal family, but I should hate to see such an unnecessary war descend upon us. Huh. HP recovery pellet. What if Frederica actually this whole time was secretly plotting with Gustadolf? What if she actually is evil? That would actually be insane. I'm saying actually way too much. Mama's not herself today. Has something scary happened? Maybe. I don't know. Well, obviously, but has the Crown City truly fallen? What madness is this? It's war, and it's unfortunate. There's commotion in the capital, to be sure, but it'll all be over soon. The Dawnspear will see to that. Aye, the sun won't set on Glenbrook till Sir Maxwell falls. Heh, As if that would ever happen. Sir Maxwell laid down his life so that we might see another day. We must do all in our power to see that his noble sacrifice was not in vain. Yeah, well, we already knew about the Dawn Spear's sacrifice, but whatever. Honestly, why couldn't we just, like, come up with some, like, scheme or something? Some, like, plot to, like, to trick Aesfrost or something. Like, I'm kind of thinking about, like, what happened in, the prologue to Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. Like, if you don't know what happened and you don't want to be spoiled, you know, you can just skip ahead a little bit. But basically, in that game, you have someone dress up as Marth and play a decoy to try to draw away an army that's coming after you, and then Marth is able to get to safety. Like, can we do that with Roland? Dress someone up as Roland and then have him get to safety? You know, I mean, unfortunately, we'd probably have to sacrifice the person, but, you know, if that meant saving Roland, who knows? That could be a plan. I think that could be, you know, something maybe. I don't know. Some kind of plan would be cool. Some sort of scheme. But, yeah, I don't know. There's a paper calling for the arrest of Prince Roland. It says they want him taken alive. I shudder to think what will become of the kingdom now. If he's to be delivered alive, I'd wager they have no plans of executing him, at least not any time soon. I should let the others know of this. They want him alive. Well, this changes some things, but I still don't really want to take the risk of handing over Prince Roland. Is it true? Has Aesfrost attacked the Crown City? How could the nobles have let this happen? Well, gee, thanks, buddy. You do realize I'm a noble, right? Gee, how could these nobles have let this happen? These nobles suck. Returning to the council chamber, my lord? Yes, I shall. Dude was just absolutely destroying me. Alright, so we have literally two choices. We can either stave off the Aesfrosti army and protect Prince Roland, or surrender Prince Roland and avoid conflict. He's to be taken alive, so he might not be murdered. However, them having Roland in their possession would make it a lot harder for us to be able to, you know, take them down later on, I feel like, because if we're trying to save him by fighting with the Aesfrosti army, they could just be like, you know, using him as a hostage situation, where if we don't surrender our fighting, they'll just kill Prince Roland and, you know, kill Cordelia as well, and then we're screwed. So I'm not entirely sure how to go about this. I still think I'm gonna make my choice is to stave off the Aesfrosti army. That is my plan. Maybe I'll play this game again in the future at some point and surrender Prince Roland, but for right now, I am not going to surrender Roland. I know it would be... I mean, it would be the interesting option, because that's not exactly something you would see every day. Would be to, you know, sacrifice your prince. You know, give him up like that, but... At the same time, like, I just don't want to give up Roland. We can maybe make some outlandish or crazy decisions later on down the road. Perhaps ones that, you know, aren't the obvious choice, or aren't the more common pick, you know, but for this one, I want to try to protect Prince Roland. Alright, Huet, our kingdom needs Prince Roland now more than ever. He is to be protected above all others. Our kingdom needs Prince Roland. I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall. Surrendering Roland is the only way. No, I'm not going to persuade her because I agree with her. Let's talk to everyone I agree with first, because that'll make it easier. A peace built by forsaking our friends and countrymen in the time of greatest need is no peace at all. I know what I ask is not easy, but I pray we find a bloodless path out of this conflict. Yeah, I would love one where everyone lives and there's no problems whatsoever. That would be great. But I don't think so. We've been loyal to the crown for years, lad. You understand what they're asking for is treasonous, don't you? He's the king's own flesh and blood. We should be protecting him, not offering him up on a silver platter. I agree! Like, if we want to preserve House Wolfort's honor, I think we should protect Prince Roland, you know? I think that's honestly the best course of action for our own house as well.
My lord.
At least for the honor of our house. It would not be wise to continue this fight with Aesfrost. If protecting His Highness's life is our first priority, it would be safer to accept their conditions. In other words, you feel that Roland is of more use to Aesfrost alive as a puppet than dead. Precisely. Furthermore, we must consider Princess Cordelia, who currently is in the enemy's clutches alone. Oh no, you made a good point. What if he actually would be safer, and what if giving him up is actually the best way to protect him? I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall than persuading Benedict. Oh my gosh, he's actually making a good point. What if actually surrendering him is the best course of action? Like, what if it's the less... Like, what if you have to choose the option that seems like it would be worse for Roland in order to have the best outcome for Roland? What if that's actually how it goes? Gosh. Alright, well, let's hear what Gila and Roland himself have to say on the matter.
Serenoa.
There must be a way to avoid weighing my life against those of others. I trust we can find it. Decide what you will. I shall follow whatever judgment you pass. Trust in your mind, not your heart. How many lives would be saved? It may take effort, but they can be swayed. Gila.
What do you need?
Roland is worth more to Aesfrost as a political pawn than a corpse. They will not kill him once they have him. At least that is how I see it. If we are to do what gives us the most hope, then Roland himself has the right of it. A bloodless surrender is our best chance at ensuring Roland's survival. Gosh, you guys are screwing with me. Oh, you guys are screwing with me. And Anna doesn't care one way or another. I mean, these two seem to think Roland's best chances are as being surrendered. What if that's true? Because I just want Roland to be safe. You know? But then where do we go from here if we're not protecting Prince Roland? Like, where does the story go? That's so interesting. That's so interesting. This game is very interesting. Oh my gosh, I was so convinced of going to stave off the Aesfrosti army first, but now I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure anymore. Because this game seems like one of those games that'll just punish you if you for picking something. I would imagine, we could get punished severely for choosing one or the other, depending on how the story unfolds. That's crazy. I have to make a decision, though. I want to fight alongside Roland. I don't want to give him up. But, I mean, Benedict seems to think his chances are better if we surrender him. That's... But I don't want to. I don't want to. I mean, whatever. Right? Like, whatever happens, happens, I suppose. Either way, we'll get to some sort of ending in this game. Oh well. I can always play this game again at some point. Okay. So do we go with protecting him, or do we make the interesting choice of actually surrendering him? I really wanted to protect him, but now I'm not sure. Now I'm not sure. Gosh. Dang it. I think we're going to protect him. You know what? We're going to protect him. I don't care what you guys think. We're going to destroy Aesfrost together. What is my reasoning? I will not bet the life of our prince, my friend, on a mere supposition. We are finished the moment we bend the knee. There must be a way to strike at them. I fear delivering Roland will not stop Aesfrost's onslaught. I mean, that's true. We don't know what they're going to do, but I'll not bet the life of our prince, of my friend, on a mere supposition. Well, she's technically from Aesfrost, right? So I don't know that she really is so attached to him. I fear delivering Roland will not stop Aesfrost's onslaught. Sure, we'll go with that.
I wonder about that.
They would have already laid siege to the Wolford domain if that were indeed their goal. Perhaps they mean to cow us rather than conquer us?
Well,
We've not but conjecture. My mind can find no peace among the paths before me. Might I ask you to expound on your thoughts? Wolford's secret weapon. Surrendering Roland will show the people we lack courage. We'll not have an easy time of it if we lose their trust. I'm prepared to fight to the last, even if we cannot win. House Wolford remains the royal family's sword and shield. Truth be told, I have a plan, provided the rumors I've heard are true. Yo, what if actually learning about that lets us use these traps? That'd be awesome. Surrendering Roland will show the people we lack courage. Sure, we'll go with that. You raise an excellent point. The importance of having a member of the royal family present is not lost on me, I assure you. I thank you for sharing your thoughts. I suppose now we see what fortune has in store for us. Gila appears indifferent to your plea. Okay, well, she's undecided now, so I guess that's better.
My lord.
Well, it would be easier. I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall, but we'll try to persuade him, I suppose. I trust that you'll make a reasoned decision, my lord. There must be another way. The royal family is a beacon to the people. With the king slain, they need Roland now more than ever. Perhaps the battle is not as hopeless as one might think. The secret weapon! The town's secret weapon. I must confess,
Indeed.
I was not aware Lord Serenoa knew of our domain's last resort.
So,
Have you any more to say in your favor? Is it not together with Roland that we might best protect both domain and kingdom? Surely that is reason enough. I do not believe the battle is a futile one. Victory or defeat is but a matter of fortune. I have as much a duty to the royal family as I do to House Wolford. Such is the lot of the lords of the high houses. True? A most admirable stance, my lord. Your father would be proud. And yet, the rub lies in translating that belief into action.
I am decided.
At any rate, I thank you for sharing your thoughts with me. I shall take them to heart. Benedict is deep in thought. We actually got Benedict to be undecided. Interesting. All right. You, Roland.
Serenoa.
We must protect you at all costs. I will not allow my life to be weighed against those of the people. The Dawn Spear's sacrifice. Oh, shoot. Surely we can find a way to protect you and the people. Our kingdom needs you, as do I and House Wolford. Have you forgotten Sir Maxwell's dying words? Would you render his noble sacrifice for naught?
Certainly.
Master taught that whoever rules is righteous by virtue of their station alone. But now, though I weigh your words more heavily than most, I know not what is right.
However,
I appreciate you speaking your mind, but I have my own thoughts on the matter. After all, if this matter can be settled by me alone, is it not best if I do so? Pray do not deny your beloved master's last request. Your sacrifice alone will not overcome this impasse. It's nothing more than an abdication of your responsibility. The Wolford domain has many secrets, one of which we might use to drive the enemy back.
I wonder.
You mean to say such a thing is available to us? We may well drive the enemy out, but we'd bring harm to our own people in the process. Are we willing to pay that price? I can no longer discern what is right and wrong. I place my fate in your hands. Another one who's undecided. Great! Anna, can we convince you at least, since you're already undecided?
Lord Serenoa.
Will you surrender the prince or not? Will you choose House Wolford or the whole kingdom? 'Tis a question of our priorities, what matters most to us. It'd be hilarious if I just was like, surrendering Roland is the only way. To her only, you know, literally to everyone else say we must protect Roland at all costs, but to her I was like, we must surrender Roland. That'd be very funny. I like how it lets you do both options. It's pretty funny. We must protect Roland at all costs. Negotiating may be fruitful, but surrendering Roland is the only way. I have better luck tying to a stone wall. Interesting. So she has an inclination toward one, even though she's technically undecided. Do you mean to protect Prince Roland at all costs? Oh, there's something else I did not unlock, unfortunately. Yikes. We cannot capitulate to every demand our enemies make. House Wolfheart shrinks from no enemy. We'll strategize and fight as we always have. I mean, yeah. We cannot capitulate to every demand our enemies make.
In that case...
Every demand, so you foresee this being the first of many. And it is true that bending the knee might cost us the opportunity for a counterattack. In any case, we must not be too hasty.
Anytime.
I'll consider the matter with what little time we have. Anna has been moved by your words. Still undecided. Well, if at least one of the 4 undecided people goes towards stave off the Aesfrosti army, then we will be fine. Alright, I suppose it's time to commence our vote. End persuasion phase and commence voting. Alright, guys. Do me proud. Don't screw me over. Imagine if all 4 undecided...
It's time to cast our votes.
Imagine if all 4 of the undecided people go for the other option. At that point, then I'll just consider it to be fate, and that we have to do that part of the story. That is how our story goes. If they screw me over that hard, then I'll just accept it and be fine with it, I suppose.
Do we surrender Prince Roland, or do we protect him from those who would do him harm? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
Alrighty. Prince Roland, what are you going to choose?
I am sorry.
Forgive me, but on this point I cannot yield. So he's voting to sacrifice himself, I suppose.
Forgive me.
Forgive me on this matter, I will not be swayed. Also voting to surrender him. To keep him safe.
You aren't wrong, but...
Considering the Duchy's actions, I fear this is the only way forward. Are you still voting that way? Okay, Anna, you might have to save this. I maintain the courage of my convictions. It doesn't even say what she voted for. Oh my gosh, imagine. Actually, just imagine for a second if we end up surrendering Roland. I don't know, it said Anna was moved by our words, right?
Conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
That's saving him, right? Oh my gosh, it was literally just Anna. It was literally just her. Oh my gosh, we literally did not convince any of the other 3. I mean, obviously Benedict wasn't going to be convinced, but still, jeez.
The way forward is decided. We protect Prince Roland with our lives, and drive Aesfrost from our home.
Our convictions have been strengthened. Now let's just hope we don't all get viciously slaughtered. Imagine if it was just instant game over for this choice. General Evlora just cuts each and every one of us down, and it's just game over. And then they delete your save. And then they delete your save, so you have to play through the entire game again.
The scales tip, and our path is chosen. We must steel ourselves for the battle that lies ahead.
No, I cannot agree to this. Have you no idea how much blood will be spilt? How many will die in my name?
This is a decision we have reached together. We do not make it lightly.
Prepare the defenses. We will hold our own against the army of Aesfrost.
Do we actually get to act? So yeah, a soul upon the scales. Yeah, it definitely was. It definitely was Roland. All right. We've done it. Should I make a branching save? Should I make a new save slot? I don't know that we'll go back to this part in this playthrough necessarily, but I think I kind of just want to make a new save point for myself so that I can go back and make the other decision if I choose to do so. Like later on when I play through this game again or something.
After consulting the scales and reaching a consensus, House Wolfort resolved to shelter Prince Roland. Not long after, they find themselves besieged by an elite subset of Aesfrost's forces.
Oh, dang.
Commanding the Duchy's armies is none other than General of Laura, the deadly warrior who claimed the lives of Prince Franny and Sir Maxwell with her own hands.
Chapter 7, Part 2. Not a word, my friend. This doesn't look good for us at all, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
Your Grace, a bird has arrived from House Wolfort.
Concerning Prince Roland, no doubt. So they refused to relinquish him to us. How intriguing. They will remain loyal to the royal family even if it means their demise. Very well. Send a bird to General of Laura. Tell her to make for the Wolfort domain at once, and that she is to return with the prince, or not at all.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Well, dang. Now I'm kind of worrying that maybe we end up getting screwed here. And we end up getting decimated in battle, and they still take Prince Roland, and then we just made the wrong decision. Oh boy. Oh, we got 2 character stories? Interesting. Well, I think we'll go ahead and do that in the next episode. Yeah, just more story stuff today. There's like a lot of story stuff going on right now. Plus, actually, I think we'll go just a little bit longer because I did take a little bit to make that decision there. So, I guess we'll go a little bit longer. We'll do these side stories probably because I'd imagine they're pretty short. We'll do those and then we'll probably call it here. Okay, side stories. A bird from the Crown City arrives to Tellier Domain, prompting Lord Silvio to consider his next action. If somehow these 2 other houses could join us and help fight, that would be great, but I doubt it.
There you are.
Yes, what is it?
Tidings from Whiteholm, my lord. House Wolfort shelters Prince Roland within their domain and refuses to acquiesce to Aesfrost's demands.
What's this? Those fools would stand in defiance against the Duchy.
The Archduke's forces move against the Wolforts as we speak. They intend to capture Prince Roland and bring down House Wolfort in one fell swoop.
House Wolfort is strong. Not strong enough for a full-on attack from the Duchy's forces. And yet, there is always the chance, however slim, that they will prevail. Best wait and see how the situation unfolds.
Yeah, this guy really just
There is
cares
no
about
need to
himself.
rush into anything. We must consider carefully what will afford us the best chance of survival. Continue to keep your eye on the other domains. I must know of any movement among the Wolforts and the Fox, no matter how inconsequential.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah, this guy's kind of doing what Benedict was suggesting we do and just, looking out for his own survival. And the survival of his own house. Alright, let's go see how the Fox domain reacts. I feel like Lord Landroy is going to actually send some forces our way and help out. I feel like that might actually be what happens here. News of House Wolfort's decision arrives in the Falk's domain on dark wings, spurring Lord Landroy to action. 'Cause if we could get help from this guy, I mean, that would certainly increase our chances of victory. I mean, we would just need to... I don't know how we would take down Avlora, but we could take down, like, everyone else.
You are aware that Prince Roland fled to the Wolfort domain after the Crown City fell. Aesfrost demanded that His Highness be relinquished to their custody immediately. We have just received word that Wolfort refused. A most admirable display of loyalty to Glenbrook's royal family if ever I have seen one. And they are not the only ones who shall remain true. In the name of King Regna, House Fox too will take up arms against those Aesfrosty bastards.
Let's go! Let's go, Landroy!
For we are one of the 3 high houses of Glenbrook. We will live up to that name and fight for our homeland with our lives! Aye! May your shields be strong and your swords strike true, my countrymen. For Glenbrook!
Yes! Let's go! Okay, so we have support from him. If only the other dude would send some forces our way, we could actually have a chance. I mean, I guess we do have a chance now. A slim chance. If Lord Landroy's forces could somehow draw Avlora away, though, the rest of us could potentially make an escape of some sort. I don't know where we would escape to at this point. But we could try something. I mean, I'd say we could try to flee to Hyzant, but I doubt they would help us. And especially if, you know, Aesfrost offered them something in return for Prince Roland, they might just surrender him anyway. So I really don't know what we would do. You could continue trying to hold our ground at, you know, Castle Wolfort, but I'm not sure how that's going to go. Anyway, Whiteholm Castle. After seeing General Avlora and her troops off, Erica and Thalas stroll the grounds of Whiteholm Castle, discussing what may come to pass.
So they would rather die than bend the knee? Wolfort truly is a house of fools. At least Avlora will have the chance to prove herself on the battlefield.
That's why we took her in, no? She'll prove useful yet.
For her own sake, I would hope so. Once we bring down the highest of the 3 high houses, what do you suppose will become of the other 2?
I should think the answer obvious, dear sister. The cowardly Teliors will be at our beck and call. The Falks, too stubbornly loyal for their own good, will not. House Falks presides over bountiful lands. Now, do you suppose Brother will pass up the chance to claim such a tantalizing prize?
Indeed not, brother dear.
Oh, I can't wait till we kill literally every last one of them. Every last one of the Aesfrosti royals. I don't know if that's what they'd be called. I can't wait till we kill Gustadolf and his 2 siblings. Or at least those 2 siblings. Obviously not Frederica. We must keep her alive, but you know. Oh, those 3 should all perish. And Avlora as well. Those 4 all need to die. And I can't wait until we get to murder them with our own hands. Especially if we get to keep Roland and have him do it, that would be amazing. But anyway, screw it, let's do these 2 character stories real quick, and then we'll end the episode. Get all this out of the way, and then in the next episode, hopefully we can get to a battle. Alright. Serenoa and company encounter a girl in a desolate rocky area who tells them she was once part of a circus troupe. Can she be like a dancer from Fire Emblem, like the class from Fire Emblem, and give people another action? Well, I guess I don't know how that would work in this game, but can we have something like that? That'd be pretty cool. She's just juggling right now.
What's a child like you doing in such a lonely place?
I have nowhere else to go.
Where are your parents?
I have nowhere else to go. Let me fight on your battlefield and slay countless foes.
They died years ago.
My lord.
My name is Serenoa. What's yours?
Piccoletta.
Piccoletta? You throw that ball with such skill.
Because it's my job. When I throw this ball, everyone applauds. Well, they used to. But the circus is gone now, so I'm all on my own. What are you doing here, mister?
We are trying to put an end to this war.
I hate war. War made everyone go away. You're really gonna end the war? Then let me go with you. I can throw my ball and help you fight the bad people.
She's just gonna throw balls at people? That's amazing. Please.
Oops. There goes my tummy grumbling again.
My lord, we cannot simply leave this poor child here.
Well, we could. We'd probably be terrible people, but you know.
I know. All right then, Piccoletta. Come with us. But before we go fight the bad people, let us fill our bellies. After that, perhaps you could show us some tricks with your ball.
Sure thing. That's what I'm best at.
Piccoletta joined our forces. I wonder if we'll be able to start deploying more people soon here. An expert in offensive items. Increases the range of offensive items. Can summon a decoy of herself. That's a very interesting skill set. But I'm wondering if we can start deploying more people here soon, because we have a lot. We're starting to get a lot of units, you know, from all these recruitments. And so, you know, I'm a bit worried we're not going to be able to use them all unless we can start deploying more people here soon, you know. Piccoletta, where are you? Oh, here you are. She's an acrobat. I guess we didn't really check the other guy out as much as I should have. Item launcher. Increases targetable range by 2 when using an item on an enemy. Summon a clone on a selected square. And it does not have the other stuff yet. Alright, what about the other guy? What are his skills? Julio. Moment of Truth. Grant 1 TP to an ally and raise their strength and magic attack for 3 turns. That's really good. That's actually very good. 1 TP and raise strength and magic. That's really good. Do physical damage to a single enemy and decrease their TP by 1. KO TP. Grants 1 TP when you defeat an enemy. A passive skill. That's really good. This guy is awesome, actually. I like this guy. She's also... Piccoletta is also a veteran. Interesting. Alright, cool. Well, one more character to grab for now, and then we will end the episode. In the halls of Hyzant's Ministry of Medicine, a young apothecary worries for the fate of her patients. Alright, let's get her... Oh, wait, if she's another healer, this would be great, actually. Another healer would probably be really useful.
It's an emergency. We have 2 patients. Both with extraordinary fevers. The Rosellan is unresponsive.
Well, I can't tend to both unless you can give me 2 more pairs of arms.
Let me help. I've just completed my training, and I'll do whatever it takes to save them.
Are there no real doctors left? Fine. Come. We're losing precious time.
Leave the Rosellan. We must prioritize the believer.
As you wish.
But the Rosellan will die unless we do something.
Do they not teach the order of things in school these days?
So what if they do? What does the order of things have to do with saving lives?
Not all lives are weighted the same. You would do well to remember that.
Quickly, Medina, these people are dying as we bicker.
Yikes.
I couldn't save him. Orders or not, I was the one following them. It's all my fault.
Where are you going? Medina!
Well, to us, apparently. Well, we're friendly to Rosellans. You can join us for
I
sure.
beg your pardon, Lord Serenoa, but a doctor from the Ministry requests an audience.
My name is Medina. I've heard much about your house and simply had to see it for myself.
What insolence is this?
Stand down. Pray tell, what brings you before me?
It is said House Wolfert possesses a relic known as the Scales of Conviction. Is this true?
Yeah, it is.
We turn to the scales for guidance in times of trouble.
Then, I wonder if they might guide me forward as well. I had a crisis of confidence. A man was counting on me to save his life, and I let him die. I cannot let this happen again. I wish to save all the lives I can, regardless of country or creed.
That's honorable.
Pray grant me the chance to consult the scales, that I might walk the righteous path.
I don't know how righteous these scales are, honestly, but you know.
To an end. They are not a magical window into the future.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. These things aren't really righteous by any means. But you know, if you want to believe they are, then go ahead.
Decisions must be made. All in this house have a say. We choose as best we're able and strive to ensure we chose wisely.
You mean you strive not to regret your decision?
That is all one can do. Forgive me if this is not the answer you sought.
Then, would House Wolfert accept my aid if I offered it, my lord?
If you would serve as a physician, that would be a boon. For we fear the war is far from over.
I would be honored, my lord. I would see what I could do to rewrite the order of things.
Then let us walk the path together.
I am at your service, my lord.
Alright, Medina is on our team now. An expert in healing items increases the potency of healing items and can use items twice in the same turn. Nice. Does she have any healing magic? That's kind of what I'm interested in. Let's check out her skills and stuff here real quick, and then we will end the episode. All right. You, Medina. All right, she's got a knife. HP Physic increases the effect of health recovery items and double items. Use 2 items in quick succession. Alright, she does not have magic. She is a healer by means of items. Huh. Well, perhaps that could be useful, I guess. I mean, she has the double items ability, so... I don't know. I still think Gila's better, but... oh well. And yes, she is a veteran. Alright, cool. Well, I think that is going to do it for today. We have made our decision using the Scales of Conviction. We are going to protect Prince Roland, and we are going to receive aid from the Fox Domain. So perhaps, maybe, just maybe, we can pull out with a victory of some sort here. Things are not looking very good. I assume things would be looking a lot better for the Wolford Domain if we had just surrendered Roland, but that is not what I wanted to do. And so we are going to have to live with the decision I made. Unless I absolutely hate it a ton, in which case I guess we could always go back to before the decision was made and choose differently, because I did save before we made it. But I'm probably just going to stick with it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. In any case, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. It would really help out the channel, and I would greatly appreciate it. In the next episode, we will continue with the main story and see what happens. And hopefully we will get to do a battle, because it has been like 2 episodes since we've done a battle, and that's my favorite part of this game, so I would love it if we could get back to that. But yeah, once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace!